Setting strategies is the best decision you can ever make when it comes to success in what you do. You need a strategy. You need a good strategy. You cannot survive in the present world without putting down a strategy. What is a strategy? It is a step-by-step procedure, or it is a breakdown of the processes in realizing a goal. So you must have a strategy. Are you into business? You must have a strategy to succeed as a businessman. Are you a career somebody? You must have a strategy to succeed in your career. No matter what you do, even as a student in the field of education, you must have strategies to achieving your success, even as a student. Let me show you some of the things you must take note of when getting a strategy. Hello, family. This is the Professional Mindset. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, share to as many as possible, drop a comment in the comment section, and tell us how this has been of help to you. Now, when developing a strategy, there are some criteria you use in weighing your strategy to know if it is good or not. Let me go into the world of business, for example. One of the good strategies you can implement as a businessman is customer care. That's a strategy for growth. Customer care. One strategy you can implement as a businessman is after sales services. That is a good strategy. But the question now is, what are the characteristics you must observe when setting a strategy? Don't forget, we said a strategy is a breakdown of the process of attaining a goal. So you must have a strategy to attaining that goal which you have in mind. The first thing is clarity. Your strategy should be very clear. It should be very clear. Very clear. It should be known both to your employees, to yourself, that this is the strategy you apply. Clarity. Clarity makes it easier. If your strategy is your promotions, your bonuses, your giveaway, it should be clear. There are people that will come to patronize your business not because your business is the best amongst the others in the same lining, but because of the after sales services you offer, because of the free transportation services you offer. That's a strategy into business. So it should be clear. They already know that no, me doing business with this organization will give me an after sale services. That's something I will pay for if I work with another organization. It is clear. Me working with this organization will give me a full option to customer counseling. Me putting my money in this bank, I'm very much aware that the customer service of the bank will give me a counsel on how I can invest, and they will give me proposals on what to do. That is a strategy. So you see that with the clarity of your strategy onto your clients, onto those that deal with your business, onto those that deal with your career, it makes your business prompt in growth. That is strategy, and that is clarity in your strategy. Your strategy should be very clear. Very, very clear. The next thing is your focus. Your strategy should be focused towards one direction. You don't just put down strategies in any manner. It should be focused. It should be clear. What is the focus of your strategy to attain a particular goal? So you already know the goal you want. As a student, what is your goal? Success in a particular examination. So what is the clarity in the strategy you're putting as a student? Your study, your research, your attending of lectures, that is your strategy. So it is very clear that you're studying. It is very clear that you do research. It is very clear that you attend full lectures. Now, your clarity should have a focus, which makes the strategy better. So, what is the focus now? The focus is the examination. So, which means when you're focused, you will avoid distraction. So, let me go back to using you as a student. Your goal is the examination, the success in the examination. And what is your strategy that you have put down? The clarity in it. We already know that it is studying, attending lectures, doing research. Now, all of that is focused towards what? The examination. If you start hearing things like football starts coming in, wrestling matches start coming in, that's already a distraction. It means you're not focused. So there must be a sense of direction, a sense of focus in your goals, a sense of focus in your strategies. That is what makes your strategy implementable. It must have a sense of focus. It must have a sense of direction. The next thing, your strategy must address a weakness. Your strategy must address a weakness. Ensure that your strategy is addressing a weakness. Okay? What is the weakness I have? The weakness I have is that I cannot study beyond 30 minutes. I now have to put in a strategy to be able to study beyond 30 minutes. The weakness of my organization, we have not been able to break the sales record beyond $5,000 weekly. Now I am putting a strategy for us to break that record, which means there is a weakness somewhere which we need to address. So your strategy must address a weakness. If your strategy is not addressing a weakness, it means there is a problem with that strategy. There is no need setting it in the first place. If everything is going on well for you, then you don't need a strategy. You need a strategy when everything is not going well. The strategy is there to adjust what is not going well. So if everything is already going well for you, then you don't need a strategy. If everything is going well for you, you don't need a strategy. So put down a strategy to make things work. Every strategy must attain the correction of a weakness. Make sure your strategy corrects a weakness. When your strategy corrects a weakness, you will see the outcome, which is a success. And the last thing you should note is that your strategy should have a measurable outcome, meaning you should be able to evaluate if your strategy is working or not. It should have a measurable outcome. Be able to evaluate the extent to which your strategy is yielding, and you should be able to make adjustments and corrections. Have in mind that flexibility should always be involved, meaning at every point you can be able to make adjustments to suit the process. Now we have put down a strategy to break forth sales of $5,000 and above every week. And it happens now that there is another company that is implementing something better and is doing better than we are. Make room for adjustments. Make room for adjustments. Make room for adjustments. We try it and we see that we have a difficulty in attaining it. Make room for adjustments. Our strategy was 4-3-2. And while we are working on a 4-3-2, we discover that we are unable to face our opponent. Make room for adjustment. Let's try the 4-2-3. Make room for adjustment. Your strategy should be flexible. It can be adjusted when time occurs. That makes your strategies work. And when your strategies are able to work, then you are able to come up with the best of decisions for the growth of self, professionalism, and whatever you lay your hands to work upon. This is the professional mindset.